morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? Jake's here, Tommy J. I know ET's here, Joe's here, of course. Who else? ET, Robert Mack. How are you, Robert? And ET had a deal too. Obviously, right out of the gate, I'm going to go and I'll probably do this again when we got, because we only have 10 in the room. Usually we get 30 or so. So, anyway, Bobby from Time to Get Going. If you're familiar with the channel, you probably know that his father was in hospice and has passed away. I think day before yesterday. And I'm just gonna shut off my camera for a minute, and we'll just give him a little moment of silence. Hey, Nikki, and then I'll come back out. I'll turn my camera back on. I believe that his excuse me, his name was also Bobby, and Bobby, rest in peace. Alrighty. All of our wishes and prayers and all that out to you, Bobby and Jai. You guys hang in there. Anyway, good morning, Chris. Like I said, maybe we'll do a little deal a little bit later on too when there's more people on. But I believe he was 91 years old. I think. Uh, I don't know. I would hope. I don't want to dwell too much on stuff. Um, Hopefully he's not in any pain anymore. I think he was. It was. I guess what I'm saying is I think it's time. I think at a certain time in your life, it's time to go. And like I said, if I could have 91, and I had told Bobby this myself, texting anyway, uh, that I'd take that. I'm 65 now, and he looked like obviously was one hell of a man. So. There's not many men. Tommy had said that earlier. He's a man's man. That era of man, sadly, is dwinish. It's getting smaller and smaller. I know you're looking for the word. Sometimes they don't come out of my mouth so well. So anyway, may he rest in peace, and hopefully Bobby will move on to the next part in his life, and I'm sure that's what his father would want. I know that's what I would want if I got into a position. I would want my kids to enjoy their end of life. Hopefully everything works out good, and I'm hoping you're hanging. Okay. Anyway, let's see. And there, Gator put up Bobby's site if you want to go by and give him my condolences, which I'm sure he knows, at least from everybody on here. People that don't know him, of course, but a really good guy. One of the first guys when I started this channel, one of the first people I met, and he had mentioned it on one of his live streams. He's starting to do live streams, and we had both gotten the Maverick Mini, and of course he's gotten a lot better at it. I still got my little one here, although I did take it to Ko Chang, and even without a license, I put it up in the air for a minute or two. I didn't see his black sheep here. Yep, there you are. Hello, good morning. So anyway, hey, what's up, Mike's? Hope you're well. And Paul X, how are you doing? So anyway, so the that's the major news in on the channel anyway, right now. The other I want to say the other news is I do believe on Friday, the 22nd, which is a great day. We were talking. I was talking to Jake about it. Great day for him. That's the day he's retiring. We're picking up the car that Friday morning. It's this Friday, and by Friday afternoon we should find out if they're going to get rid of the pass, the PCR tests, and everything. Basically, come to Thailand on your vaccination. We should have a pretty good indication by midday on Friday. So something to look forward to. I think we had talked about it. I talked about it on here and in chat rooms and stuff that they have to. I think everybody else is going to open, and everybody else I'm talking about Cambodia, Vietnam, Laos, everything around us, Bali, everything's going to be open. And if Thailand isn't, I think short of them, especially after Sokran, if they don't come back with numbers probably today, tomorrow, or the next day that are like 10 times what they were before Sokran, I think it's pretty much a no-brainer. They'll open up. They have to. The people need to get back to business, man. Especially the Thai people. Like I said before, do I feel sorry for the foreigners that lost their businesses or having problems? Yeah, to a certain extent, yes. Me as a foreigner, if I'm going to start a business, it's going to be something that, oh look, I've got $1 million US. I'm going to take 30,000 of that million, and I'm going to put it into a little whatever restaurant, seamstress shop, whatever I'm going to put it into. I'm in my mind when I do that, at least as a business person, that money's gone. If the business goes, then hey, great, I did a good job. If it didn't, I guess what I'm saying is when I would go into something like that, I would go into it, especially at this point in time with what's going on, that money's gone. That there's a 60-80% chance that I could fail. The Thai people, I have this building, I have to pay rent on it, I have to keep my lights on, and I have to feed my family. I'm going to keep it open. I need to open. If I can open, I need to sell rice on the streets. I need to get 60 baht a day to feed my family and keep the electricity on, and that's their life. The foreigners more so. Like I said, I still feel for them, but like I said, more so for the Thai people here in Thailand. They need to get going, and it isn't so much the bars and the that part, but all the rest of Thailand, the little people on the streets, they need the tourists to be coming in, and they need the backpackers, and they need the people that only have 100 baht in their pocket to spend 30-40 baht with them and buy some soup or something to eat. They need that because they don't need much. They only need to sell 2 or 3 deals a day, and they can feed. They're happy with that. Where on my hand, if I'm doing that, it's like, why am I even bothering? To them, I'm bothering because my family can eat and I can keep the lights and electricity going. So anyway, hopefully it does open up completely. I think it's opened up enough now. People have asked me, like I said, unless you're married, you have your wife and 3 kids, and you're going to come in, maybe it's not the best time to visit right at this particular minute. But it's just you and your wife, hey, I would. Just me alone, it's a no-brainer. I'd already been here for vacation, retirement, or whatever I'm going to, whatever I want to do. But I can understand it. Like I said, you should always check with what are the consequences, what are the percentages. And I think James, Chocolate Man, and a couple other people have put out there, it's like 2% chance, 3%, something like that. And, with that, like I said, with that type of deal, I would take the chance because I go stay in 4- and 5-star hotels on the water and stuff like that for, $50 a night, $60 a night. Where are you going to go in the world and do that? Not many places. Let's see. Black Sheep wants to know. Maybe Jake already did you answer it? no plans right now for that. Just a second, I tell people I'm going to become a TikTok. Yeah, maybe I'll become a TikTok sensation. Hey, there's the Tesla man. Hey, Gary, how you doing? Question: since you're not taking a break, when do you start in the backyard? We're going and picking up the whatever that Nissan on Friday. Taking it from there, going to the temple, getting it blessed. I guess this is all stuff that I'm being told what I'm doing, and then coming back home. My wife will go finish out the day at work, and then her mom's in Ubon right now. They're putting the property in whatever names they need to do on the land that my wife has in Ubon. So we're going to go there, take a look at the land, and maybe make some arrangements on raising to get ready to build something. I don't know yet. And pick up my mother-in-law. She's been there since Monday? Yeah, Monday, I think. So that's the plans right now. So I would say I want him to do that overhang cover right outside the Thai kitchen where the washing machine is and where they will hang the clothes to dry. But that's only maybe 2, 3, 4 day, 5 day, 1 week. So I'm going to say the end of this month, just to kind of round it out. Hey Jay East, how you doing? Glad you can make it. Hey Ron. So that's the major plan. So I'm going to say, what would that be? May 1st or so, probably starting on the pool. Say, hey traveler, glad you could make it in. Saying hi to everyone. Everybody's saying hello, which is always cool. So that's the plan, and then roll right out of that into the pond. And it's going to take all year. I can see it already. I'll be lucky if I could be done with the backyard by the 1st of January 2023. Because that's, just so you know, that's when I'm planning on, or when I want to, depending on what is happening with the money, when I want to start on the Ubon deal, if I can even afford to do it at that point. It'll be the 1st of next year, January of next year. And that isn't something I have to rush into. The uncle that's there, and aunt, of course, he's a builder, more on a Thai builder style, which is basically what I want anyway. The only thing I'm going to have him do is, bring the walls all the way up and make it tight for air conditioning. And then I'll put in more of an American style kitchen and an outdoor, a real outdoor Thai kitchen. Hey Joe, whatever. Thank you. You're the best, man. Always helpful. Definitely go back to Thailand. Yeah, so that's the plan as of right now. Depending on how much the pool's going to cost, will probably dictate when the pond will start, and how much money the pond takes to build will dictate when the building will start. I'm hoping that I could get it done, because what would that be? April, May, June, July, September, October, November, December, 8 months. I think that's doable. 8 months probably. I told him 5 days a week. Do whatever you want to on Friday night and Saturday night. Recuperate on Sunday and put your ass to work. I really don't want to yank this from him and find somebody else to do it. I really, even though he's related to me now, I mean, it's my wife, so I just like the man and his family and his wife and his mother. I like them all, and I'd like to see him do something. I've been around functioning alcoholics my whole life, and they even drank during the week. One of my best buddies, I said before, he'd come home 5 o'clock, he'd line up, he'd buy half gallons of tequila from Costco or one of those places, and Price Club, and set him up, fill him up, do shooters until he passed out. Woke up at 5:30 in the morning, jumped in the shower. He was a painting contractor, and off to work. How he did it, I'll never know. But if you can just be a weekend deal and try to cut it back. I know being an alcoholic trying to cut out anything is tough, but I'm hoping that he can do it. I really don't want to find somebody else. I really don't. Um, let's see. Anybody ask anything? Did I miss anything? If I missed something, put it back up because I'm rambling. Yeah, Christmas party in the pool. That would be absolutely perfect. You got that exactly right. Um, it'll it'll be fun. I want to do the pool first because I was really surprised that my mother-in-law, man, she just would take, she's not one to just, this is the first time that second time. We went to Krabby when I first met my wife, and there was a 3-day deal, but I didn't really even know them. But she really likes the pool. She was in that pool even without us. I'm going, boom. She was down at that water, so I'm hoping that she'll like it. Under the stairs. Is that the room? Yeah, I need to get that done, right? Let's see, Ron. Big Dave. Big differential. The two. My dad was functional, just not but good luck. Yeah, I know. It's tough. I just wish. I've been around it. My stepfather was. A lot of all my friends were. Some of them still are. But I understand it's something they have to do. But if you're still drinking, I mean, try to do it on the weekends and support your family and trying to give him let him a glimpse of what it could be if he actually went out and worked 5 days a week. Because I told him it'll probably be a year's worth of work, for him and one person. So we'll see. Let's see, Joe. Yeah, how does it's full of all the tile and what I would call attic stock. Right now, Joe, so it's not cleared out yet. I will work on that. If it goes south, have the family tell him. I must have missed part of that, Jay East. But yeah, I mean, I think him and his wife get in arguments about money. When he's working, they're like in heaven. I mean, they've got a good, not I'm on top of the world, ma. But for a Thai person, he's making a decent wage, and she works also, so they're good. But them just to live off of her salary just isn't that great. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? 420. I didn't even think about that. Yeah, one of my favorite days in the growing days. So how much when you drink happens. Yeah, what happens to you when you do? That's why I don't drink. Well, like I said, I'm besides being the luckiest man in the world that Joe posted in the beginning, that started all this channel with Joe, Foreigner Joe and stuff. It was I have the ability, thank God, because if I couldn't go into a Mexican restaurant, I've said this before, and get my chili Colorado or whatever I'm going to order, and with a big giant margarita, even though I could get a virgin one, I would go crazy. So I don't drink. Why don't I drink? Is because I'm an idiot when I drink. I'm not nice to people. I'm not a nice person. So I'm just not going to do it. So I stay sober. If I drink 2 drinks and I start to feel a little bit, it's right to the Coke Zero, the 7-Up, the soda water, whatever I feel like drinking. I don't know how to say your name right. Maybe someone can help me. But how are you? Glad to see you could make it. She has a good channel too. You're out of the Philippines, right? I believe. And I've watched a few. They're pretty good actually. Medical purposes only. Some people can handle. When I was young, I could handle being drunk, and I wouldn't start fights or try arguments with friends. That was my biggest problem. And I said it before. It wasn't so much me getting in a fight. That was pretty much given anyway. It was that if you were one of my friends and you brought your best friend there, I would start on your best friend. What are you looking at? What's this guy's problem? And end up getting, damn near losing friends over it, And I didn't blame him at all. I was an idiot. So I just don't put myself in that situation. My wife that passed, she worked on me for years and years and years and got through. And now my wife, we just don't drink. I want to say, what has it been, 4 or 5 months, 6 months or whatever it's been since the first. We didn't drink on New Year's. it's probably been 8 months. I think I've had two wine coolers. You know, my wife maybe one. So we're just not drinkers. Now, if I had a good Mexican restaurant down the street, I'd probably be having 2 or 4 margaritas a week, but I don't. So I'm lucky. Yeah, it does. And so did Paul X when I was growing up. The next best drug was cocaine. I seen a bunch of my friends lose everything, families, homes. You know, unbelievable. It can mess you up. And once you get on it, I was lucky. I haven't done any drugs in probably, God, I don't know, 40 years, over 40 years. So I've been lucky. Here's Brock is here. Hey, Brock, how you doing? Good morning to you.
Morning, ladies and gentlemen.
There's Bobby.
Bobby
Thanks for putting
posted
it
in the
up.
pinnacle.
Yeah, in case there's more people in, there's 20 people in here now. This morning we kind of had a moment of silence. Bobby from Time to Get Going, that me and him be friends since we started our channels. His father passed away. May he rest in peace. And we had a little moment of silence for him. His name was also Bobby, and just kind of keep him in your prayers. I think it was 3 days ago. I think he's already been. I think they had him cremated, and he's ready to be buried. So I think Bobby will be on his way back.
Good morning,
And
Gary, Jake,
yeah, hey James, how you doing?
James, Joe,
Everybody.
John. Yeah, everybody.
How do you say that name, Brock?
I say it as Yads.
Yads, is that right? Yads. Now, if Bobby was here, he could tell us, but he's got a lot of things on his plate right now. But hopefully, maybe in a week or so, I'm sure that he'll probably jump on and do a live stream or something and explain, everything that went on. Like I said earlier, it's hard. I know that Jake's dealing with Mitch dealt with it. His father passed away, 2-3 months ago or 2 months ago or something. When we're hitting this age, which most of the people that are on this channel are, and age I'm saying 50 to 70, our parents come into the equation, and I'm hoping that someday, when it's time for me to go, I want to go. I don't want to be a burden on anybody. I don't want anybody changing my diapers or doing anything. Plus, I want my children to be on with their end of life plans. I don't want to hinder that. Now, if I'm in good mind and stuff, sure. But if you're in good mind and good health and everything, anybody could take off and go to Thailand and not worry about it. It's the ones that are frail, older, they're starting to die, basically. And at 91, like I said before, I'll take 91 right now. If I can sign on the dotted line, I'll take that.
Thai Nomad is in the house. G'day,
hey T, how you doing? No, I've already, yeah, everybody's saying it. E.T., what is he saying? Paul X, not to get drunk, but for comfort, pleasure, not many can. Yeah, I can, which I consider myself extremely rare case. People that are especially, they know they're alcoholics. And Mike's was in here earlier, and it's got to be pretty close, but he's almost got it 30 years sober. 30 years. That's amazing. He's an amazing guy, too. He's a good man. Cheers to you if it's, I think it was soon. It might already be. If you're still listening, give us a heads up.
Yeah, I don't mind an occasional beer or two. But
yeah, I can do that. I've had, when I met up with Chuck, we had one that night. I think I had one or two on the road. And that one where they did the live stream from, that was on the what I had as the epic motorcycle ride. We were all out there. James was live streaming, and Chuck was one night. And that one night that Chuck was, I think I had a shot and 2 beers. But as soon as I feel a little tipsy, I'm done. When I was in Costa Rica, I had 2 guys that I met. This is how adamant I am about it. Real nice guy, retired, probably alcoholics. The one bar there that was the major bar, their happy hour was from 11:30 till 7 o'clock at night. And they would line up at the bar at 11 o'clock to get in. mostly all foreigners. And I would come by about noon, and I'd have 2 margaritas, and then I'd switch over to soda of some kind. And one day they started to give me some crap. Well, why don't you just have a drink with us? I said, listen, I really like you guys. If you want to be friends, that's great. But if you're going to bust my stones over me not drinking alcohol, I'm having 2 drinks with you, and I change, then I'll go sit over there and we'll be. Oh, no, 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 no. And they were great guys, don't get me wrong. But it seems like if you're an alcoholic, you want people to drink with you, I think. At least that's what I've come across. Hey, Mitch, good morning to you. Where are you guys at now? You guys you're out of Ubon, I think, or Udon.
And then she's here.
Sorry about that. I needed a drink of water.
Pancake says hello, by the way.
Who does?
Pancake.
Hey, Pancake.
She's down here near my feet.
She's being well behaved.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm lucky, like I said, with that, being able to do that. But I'm hoping that he does, because like I said, I really want him to work for a year. You know, it will really help them. They're living on family land. I believe in a family house, so I don't think their expenses are really high. But I worry about my Thai family. I mean, I don't care what people and trolls want to say about it. I love my Thai family. I would do anything in the world for them, and in a heartbeat, with no hesitation. And when people will stand by your side that you've known after 8 months, and you're in ICU for 2 months, and your girlfriend at the time comes 3 times a day to see you, your mother and father-in-law, or her mother and father that can't speak English, come to watch you when you go into a private room for 3 hours a day because there's a lapse between nurses and their daughter coming. I'll give back all day long. And the people that don't, you're a bunch of idiots. So that's just the way it goes. And that's my personal opinion. And like most of them say, it's my channel, so I can give you all the personal opinions I want.
No. You've got to comply with the group wishes.
Yeah, and it doesn't bother me at all. I mean, my mother and father-in-law live with me in this house now, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Besides the fact that my mother-in-law cooks more for me than my wife does, and cares about it. And boy, if I ever, because I'm still a Farang, I'm still, hot-blooded. I try to calm things down. I don't even have a shorter fuse like I did when I was young. But sometimes I'll get mad, and boy, they get scared immediately. They'll call Nitnoy at work, and Dave yelled, and they're worried. Is he okay? And I think to myself after I do it, it was such a stupid thing. It's like I'm learning every day how to control my temper and relax. What is it? Sabai? Is that what you say in Thailand?
Getting mad doesn't work in Thailand.
No, not at all. And I know that in everything, except for I'm trying to do it more at home and in front of my own family. And like I said, this is my family. Do I have family in the United States? You bet. I've got family and friends there, but this is my family here in Thailand, and they watch out for me and they take care of me. Do they get any kind of benefits? You bet. But that's just the way it's supposed to work, I think. Give and take, right? Not just take or kick people in the teeth when they're down. I mean, I don't know. It's the way I am. Cheers. I'm almost done with my coffee. Let's see did I miss? Oh, Bruce is here, and Sassy May, or did I miss that? Yes, take care of those. Yeah, exactly. When I get drunk, what is it? I break out all over.
Vibes.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, it's probably one of the hardest things in the world to do. I know smoking was for me, and for years and years and years. People ask me, well, how did you quit? I went into intensive care. They shoved a tube down my throat for 2 months, and then I spent a month in a private room. So I was in the hospital for 3 months, and I do believe in my mind, and my wife reminds me on the rare occasion that I go, that cigarette sure does smell good. That if I smoke, I'll probably die. So I'm going to stay away from it.
Yeah.
And I've already made that, in my mind. I won't smoke again. Maybe I'll have the last day that I'm alive, and they say you're going to die within a day or two. I might take a puff just for that, remembering all those years. No, I wouldn't do that either.
Paul, you're already in mod school.
Who's that? Who's in
Boy.
mod school?
He says he needs to go to mod school. He is in mod school.
Who said that?
Paul X, Xanderman.
Oh, Paul Lex. Yeah, well, you got good ones. You got Mitch. You got Brock. A lot of good ones. Hey, Carl, travel dude, how you doing? Glad you could make it. Saying hi to Mitch. It was crazy for a long time. It's I don't know. It's hard. I know a lot of people that I don't know. I guess to drink away your problems, is that the biggest deal for getting intoxicated or using drugs? I think so. I don't know for sure, but I don't know. I always thought when I was younger that I had to get high or I had to get drunk just to have a good time. That I couldn't have a good time if I was sober, and I found out probably 30 years ago, 40 years ago, 30 years ago maybe, something like that. That I didn't need to get drunk. That all it did was hurt my relationship with my wife and friends, and so I stopped. It's got to be over 30 years that I've been intoxicated.
Fortunately for me, getting drunk just made me go to sleep.
Is it? Well, that isn't. I'd rather have that happen to me than what happens to me now. I timed someone out for the first time ever and got it wrong. I did it just the other night on one of Joe's live stream because of my fingers. I went ahead and deleted a message of the wrong person. So it happens. They usually I know I do. I've had it done to me, and usually like I went on and said to that person, "Sorry, fat fingers, my fault." And the people will roll with it. They're not going to crucify you for it. That's for sure.
Yep.
Hey, Raymond, how you doing? Glad you could make it.
Worse.
Wish all a super day. Thanks, Carl. Let's see. Everybody saying hi to Raymond. I think I'm caught up. I don't think if I missed a question, guys, put it back in. Here, what's this? I missed this one from. It's harder to get drunk as age creeps up. Need to go to bed by 9:30. That's exactly me. True. What I could remember, and it has to be, like I said, over 30 years ago. The last time that I was intoxicated, and it was probably a fairly decent one. It was like a Friday night. Well, hell, yeah. I was still recovering on Tuesday. So, and I wasn't, what was I, 40, 50, 60? I was probably 50 years old or something or whatever, 45. And it took me 3-4 days to feel like I really wanted to leave the house. I had a headache and whatever you want to call it, hangover or whatever. Travelers saying, yes, back when I drank, I'd fall asleep. I have no tolerance. I think that's a good thing. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You have to know your limits when it comes to drinking and drugs. Yeah, for sure. I was always a big advocate of anything in moderation. When you start abusing anything, you're in trouble. But, I don't know if you guys can remember the cocaine days of the mid to late 70s. It wasn't anything in moderation. It was how much cocaine can we buy tonight as a group of 4 and completely snort, because if it's 5 o'clock in the morning and there's anything left, it's going to get snorted. I never walked and went to sleep with any cocaine left in any residence when I was during the 70s anyway. I don't know if it's that way. I know it was that way probably for Mike's, but I don't know if it was that way for a lot of people. Definitely that way for me.
Never touch drugs.
Lucky man. Powders are probably the worst deals that was ever put together. It's not a matter of willpower. How did that work last time you had? Yeah, exactly. You know,
Yeah.
like I said, I was lucky too because I just stopped cold turkey. And I told you how I did it. I was into photography and stuff like that, so I'd go buy lenses. Every time I got an urge to buy an 8 ball or something, I would buy something. And after a month, my room was full of all sorts of good stuff, and I stopped doing cocaine or any of the powders. Weed, I stopped smoking at a young age. I think I was 18 or 19. But still loved growing it, but did not like smoking it. PA guy, pie guy. Hello, everyone. Quick question. Let's see. Quick question is can no, or no, it
No,
is not.
definitely not.
No, it is headed that way, in my opinion. I think they're going to completely decriminalize it, but as of right now, no. Um,
They're at the moment they're heading towards medical use only.
right.
They're not going to
And
be not talking about.
they'll let Thai people grow it. They'll let me grow it as long as I'm growing something that's only 2% THC, and I
Yeah,
only sell the leaves and the roots. I don't know all the stuff. You can go online
medicinal use
and
only,
punch it in.
not
Yeah,
not go get
I
high.
believe they're going to. I think they're gonna, and it'll go quickly. It's not something that's going to happen in 10 years. I think it's something that's going to happen in 10, 12 months. That's just
At
my
the
personal
moment,
opinion.
if you're in Thailand and somebody offers you marijuana or any other drugs to go party, don't touch it with a 10-foot pole because the person is probably a police informant. He gets the drugs back, you go to jail for life.
Is it anything like it was 10, 20 years ago? No, I don't think so. Do I think it's stupid to even push it? Yeah, completely. You'd be an idiot. But before, I think, what was it originally? You got caught with that as a foreigner, they'd lock you up for 10 years or something like that.
You
It was something ridiculous.
theoretically,
Yeah,
theoretically, death by machine gun.
yeah, you get shot. So, but has it changed? Yeah. Are they going to do that in the streets? I doubt it. But I think it's headed that way. I think it's going to be like in Amsterdam, here in Thailand. People are going to come here for, and whether it be sowing their oats or doing their dream whatever with women, and then they're gonna hit the try to get some of the best weed in the world, which I imagine would happen after a period of time. People are gonna try if it gets decriminalized. They're gonna try to grow the best and the strongest and that. So they'll be coming off the plains straight to get their weed and straight to walking streets. So if
Yeah.
that's what they want.
Thailand has a big problem with methamphetamine at the moment. They're called
Yeah,
yaba, and
yeah.
they don't really need the that compounded with marijuana. And
Yeah, disclaimer. Yeah, I do not. And if you're using it legally, I believe you can get it for medicinal right now. You can go to a doctor, get a thing, go to get it from the government, and THC, whether in drop
yeah,
form that you would just put on your tongue or whatever, you can get it. So if that's something you want to look into, I never understood that anyway because here you've got a plant that grows out of the ground, and people are going to say, well, opium does too, and all these other ones. Well, I still think anything that's natural is better than morphine and stuff like that, heroin, that they're giving you. If you're saying that, hey, if I ingest this plant that I can grow, doesn't cost me a dime, and I don't have to go to the pharmacy and buy anything, or it'll keep me from getting sick because I'm on chemo. I think it's a no-brainer. It should have been from legalized as a medicinal drug. I mean, they've been using it since the pyramids. So it's just absolutely stupid. That I can do that. The reason is because if they start doing that, how much money are the pharmaceutical industry? How much money are they going to be out? Oh, you mean you don't need to buy my drug to keep you from getting sick from chemo? You don't need to buy my painkillers. You don't need to
they
buy,
won't miss out. They
no,
will be right in on the forefront. Don't you worry.
Oh, they'll grow their own. They just, from my understanding, and some people have said no and yes, is you can't patent a plant, so no one's going to be
No,
able to corner the market on it. But you can bet your bottom dollar the pharmacies have their own growing facilities getting ready to go in at least California. But
they will be working on ways to synthesize it.
You see, the only thing I would say with that, James, I think is smoking is the worst possible thing that you could do. Edibles, making your own cookies, whatever it's going to be, anything that would keep you from smoking it uh, uh, would be would be what I would suggest. But yeah, definitely better than any kind of pills that you're going to buy.
Like
I don't because I
smoking,
don't particularly like.
smoking anything's bad because it clogs your lungs with other crap.
Yeah, exactly. There's a big grow farm here in Hua Hin, out in Black Mountain Golf Course. Nice tall fence. Saw about 200 outdoor plants last week, and some buildings with whatever inside. Yeah, somebody had told me that was it Jim Belushi or which one's alive? John Belushi. He's got a big inside, grow, and he lives there. I got to check that out on YouTube. It interests me. Like I said, I grew for a long time, and I really enjoyed it. Could I do it here? Yeah. Do I want to take the chance of doing anything wrong before they decriminalize it 100%? Never gonna happen. Never gonna happen. I mean, we even had people say, "Here's some plants you can grow six." No, no, thank you. We'll just stick with the cucumbers and the corn and the long
Yeah,
beans and that kind of stuff that my father-in-law's. He's got a green thumb, man. I mean, he's got this stuff on along our fence and maybe two, not under a meter, wide strip. He's got corn and cucumbers and unbelievable Thai vegetables and spices and whatever all the way down there. I've been eating the cucumbers for a week now, and there's still more. You
I've
cannot
got a
patent.
black thumb. I can kill plastic plants.
You can trend. Yeah, but trademark what? I mean, they could say whatever they want. I mean, when it's broken down, I could change a plant's genes by this much, and you're going to get pretty much the same thing, and then what? Everybody will trademark it.
Yeah, the trademark is putting it in a packet and calling it. So
Yeah, that's just the name of it.
yeah,
It's like trademarking their name.
yeah,
Same here, James.
paracetamol,
Pills either
Panadol.
knock me out, in fact, unless I take more pills. Who said that, James? um, yeah, I don't know. Is it something that I was pretty good at? Yeah. Was it something that I enjoyed doing? Yeah. I really liked it. But I was into, indoor hydroponic stuff. Anything in dirt and stuff like that is just absolutely filthy dirty to me. I don't like digging around in dirt. Um, you know, so we'll see. My wife wants me to set up a outdoor hydroponic place for her to grow whatever vegetables she wants, something tiered, so that we could get a lot of vegetables out of a small footprint. So I still haven't worked on that. Like I don't have enough freaking projects going on. But she did. She'd been talking to me about that for hell, well, since we started the house. Let's see what Joe's saying. Dave or anyone, I hear a casino is in the plans for Patea for foreigners only. No, I haven't heard anything on that.
I
Any,
did hear something about that, but you can bet your bottom dollar that it'll be aimed at those people who come in the hordes from the northeast. I
you're
don't
probably
know
right.
how it'll work.
What would it be? Government owned? I would think too.
Um,
More than, or at least they'd have a heavy taxation on it. I would imagine.
yeah, it'll be owned by rich guys, but it'll
There
be
were many
aimed at the
rumors.
Chinese.
Nothing. Yeah, I would think that's what they would aim after. And probably rightfully so. That's where probably
and
going to generate the most money quickly.
and maybe the Saudis.
Yeah, anybody with a whole bunch of money. Uh, I have a
Yeah, they
medical
can't
card.
they
Okay,
can't
so
use
James says I know a couple people that have the card, and I think they're in Pattaya or Bangkok, and there's stores there. Correct me if I'm wrong, James, that you can go in and get tinctures or any kind of different forms of THC, and I don't think it
There's
has to
plenty of
be 2% either. As long, I think it all
plenty
has
of
to be generated. What's that?
yeah. There's plenty of coffee shops.
Yeah,
Mar-
I think it
these
all
days.
has to be generated by the government, though.
Yeah.
Let's see. ET saying Mojo Cambodia will beat Thai to that big airport, new Thailand walking street. I don't know. I want to get there. I still haven't been to Cambodia. I am in case people want to bust my stones about my passport. I still haven't mailed it off due to the fact that my wife doesn't have a driver's license. Although she did check into, and I don't know if we're going to go this week. It is open for foreigners here in Surin to get their driver's licenses. So I'm going to get that. So for me to be driving with my driver's license, I don't want to go to Ubon with just a copy. And eventually I'm going to have to just say, you know what, I'm just going to stay home for 10 to 14 days until they send it back to me because I can't keep pushing it off and pushing it off.
Yeah.
Oh, I wanted to change my.
I've never been asked for my passport, Dave, ever,
I haven't either. I haven't
or
either.
driver's license.
I wanted to change my. Yeah, I like this one. Brock gave me that as a Christmas gift. Let's see. Chris says the Sands put up the proposal with more in line if it goes through. Yeah. When I first, you got to understand too. A lot of people. I've only been here 3.5 years. Do I think I know a little bit about Thailand? Yeah, a little bit. I'm married to a Thai woman, so I probably know more than most. But I only started coming here in 2008, the end of 2018. You could actually say the beginning of 2019. So, I thought that weed was legal. I thought that, there was a casino on every corner, like any other country per se. And I was kind of shocked to realize that wasn't true. But I think they're headed that way. In other words, what could be an easier and quicker way for Thailand to recover if they heavily tax the casinos than to let some people build some casinos and let some people come in and burn money? It would be the quickest way to regenerate the Thai economy going. That and
But
legalize the
how can
weed.
you construct a casino when you can't play Connect 2 or Connect 3 in a bar? Because that could be gambling. Play dominoes, that could be gambling.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're
Two
going to do
guys
it.
walking up a wall, that could be gambling.
Let's see. ET says, Dave, it's on the news. The investors from China about 2 billion USD. That's my problem. Is
Yeah.
I never watch the news. ET. The only stuff that I get is when I have a Facebook account, and I am starting to try to set up something because a couple of people have asked me if I have a personal Facebook page, but I'm going to try to set up one for Got to Love Thailand. But I go on there because I can see all of my relatives in a 5-10 minute session of sitting at my computer. I can see all my relatives, cousins, their kids. Everybody's good. If something's bad, I can see it immediately. So I use it for that, and that's where I'll catch up on some of the news from the States. The news here in Thailand, my wife watches it all the time, but it's in Thai, so I don't have a clue. Let's see. Pie Guy, thank you for your clarification. I don't want to. Yeah, you definitely don't want to come. Yeah, cheers to you of coming in June. It's a great place, man. I got.
If you're
If you've
coming
watched
here
it, watch me.
for
It's
a good
nothing but
time,
good. Yeah, I
coming here
mean,
for
yeah.
a
Are you
good
coming?
time, don't
You're saying
mess
just
it up
have.
by getting chemically buggered up.
Let's see. You're saying you coming here just for a vacation? Um, if one comes, 100 more will follow. Yeah, you're right, Joe. Let's see. Your list. Passport,
Yeah.
license, need passports for girls. Yeah, exactly. Pool, pond, other house, trip, visit to America. he's got a better control over of what I need to do than I do. That's sad. But I
Yeah,
imagine
Dane's got.
you're just coming for a vacation. I'm gathering, and it's Pie Guy, right? No, Pa Guy, Pagi. How you
Yeah.
pronounce that word? Cambodia is open without testing. Yeah, I think all you have to do is you have to have the Thai passport, the vaccine passport, which I have, by the way. Um, let's see. I know some people. I don't know why people are worried about whether they've been or they haven't been. Maybe it's the way they're worried about getting treated, and I guess maybe I'm not worried about it because I am, so it doesn't make a difference. Legal gambling in Australia. You bet on which political party will win. Let's see. What is this? Yes, Dave. That's the only thing. Facebook. Yeah, and sometimes I'll copy and paste stuff. I never really. The only time I actually ever type something in is on my wife that had passed. Birthday, Christmas, Mother's Day, New Year's. I'll go to her Facebook page and post something on there. But otherwise, I usually copy and paste some stuff. But it is absolutely perfect for keeping track of family. Hey, why you tripping? How you doing? Glad you could make it. Thanks for coming by. Yes, vacation. Okay, cool. For a month, huh? That's a good vacation. You coming in? Well, you said you might not have to do anything coming in. As long as you're vaccinated, you can roll right in. If you're not, you can still get in. Um, and I think it's 7 or 10 days. I don't know. You'll have to check in
Keeps
Bangkok
changing every
or,
day.
but yeah. But if you're vaccinated, I think by then you'll be able to come right in, which would be nice. I know a lot of people are waiting for that. I think Brock being one of them, right? You're waiting for everything to be wide open. So
We're planning on being there in November. We have some family members getting married early November, and so
cool.
we'll be
This
there
is a
for
bit
3 months.
unrelated, but I'm waiting for Japan to open. Would love to stop there on the way to Thailand. It's one of my bucket list places. Andy, who I don't see in here today, he's been there a few times. He's a traveling machine. Andy Stubbs, but I want to go. And one of the reasons is everybody that's been there said it's great. I think Chuck and Paige, me and Chuck were talking about it. And he's wanting to go back. Mine, I do want to see Japan, but I'm big into koi fish, man. I want to get up in to where the koi people are up in the hills with their mud ponds, all the breeders. I couldn't afford their fish, but I'd sure like to see what state of the art they have for filtration. Anything that they've got. Japan is usually the first ones to come out with anything. Because now building my mind now, I want to make it as much up to state of the art as possible. I think I know exactly what I want to do. Some old school, some new, moving bed, rock, filter mat, Japanese filter mat. Gonna keep some of the old, some of the new, a little of both. I think it'll be the best. My water's absolutely perfect right now.
Yeah,
Brock's already planned. He will be there for Dave's Christmas pool party. Yeah, he will actually. I think if he comes in
yeah. I'll,
November.
I'll bring matching mankinis, Dave.
Yeah,
Yeah, won't
that's
that be a sight?
people are gonna have to be burning that out of their minds now. Trip
Yeah,
in Japan is also opening. Just track the news. By May. Cool. Yeah, it would be something to see. I heard there's a lot of people, and I'm not like really hep on. That's why I think I like Thailand right now. I can go out on pretty much any beach in Thailand, and one of the most popular ones, and there might be 20 people on the beach, so I don't have to worry about people bumping into me, pushing me, stepping on my feet, kicking sand. I don't have to worry about that stuff. So that's why I'm liking Thailand right now. Not good for Thailand, but I mean, I hope it gets better. You can find the empty beaches even when it's going. You just got to look for them. I was supposed to come 2 years ago. COVID hit. I decided to go to Sydney, spend time with my daughter before lockdown. Now 2 years later, yeah, I was supposed to too. I have family, like
yeah.
I
We're
said
watching that
before.
boat.
when my family left from Italy, half of them went to New York and half of them went to Australia. So I was supposed to go over and visit during that same period, and obviously didn't make it. But I do want to get to Australia. But you're gonna love Thailand. What's not to love? I mean, especially to retire. I don't know how old you are or what your intentions are eventually with Thailand, but it it's mine. And like I said before, and I'll say it again: if you're not going to retire in your own country, come give Thailand a shot for at least 3 to 6 months, a year if you can, and I guarantee you probably 98%. I went up a little bit. Percent of the people that do that will stay. Uh, and I think you can get that even from James. I think James has been here about the same time as I have, 3 years straight now. But I
Yeah.
think he was in the Philippines for a long time and stuff like that. So, he likes Thailand. There's nothing not to like here. Cost of living, everything is just per the people. I mean, it's awesome. Um, what did Ron say? Yes, you have to adapt to the times. Yeah, true, and probably agrees with him. But as soon as I can, I will be there. Good. I'm looking forward to meeting you, Paul. Uh, there, that's the biggest thing about and I think everybody on here, Brock and Mitch and Jake, everybody in the chat now has pretty much built this channel, and it's we don't want the drama. Does it exist sometimes? Yeah, but we try to keep it out. But it's like a family. People, if I can't answer something, which is quite possible, Brock might be able to answer it, or anybody. Hey, Cobus, anybody might be able to at least help and give you. People are willing to help. That's why I'm kind of saying that guy that was on two streams ago that some of the guys thought was maybe a troll or whatever. He says he's not, but he didn't come back on, so it kind of makes me think maybe he might have been. But maybe they're trying to get me to say stuff, and but I'm not going to stop trying to help somebody, any way that I can, being retired on here and helping them be able to experience and move to Thailand. I just refuse to do it. If I say something wrong or stupid, then so be it. I'll deal with the consequences, but I'm not going to stop trying. So it's the way it goes. Let's see what is. Why are you tripping? I even took 6 months off work to travel to Thailand, but never went. Wow. Then I got laid off from my job. That sucks. It's just, and that the one guy that I'm particularly talking about was the live stream I did, I think, a week ago or something, or whatever it was. It was the can you live on $855? Well, can't live any place that I know of in the U.S. where he was at. But is it feasibly possible? Yeah, I could get a 2-bedroom place right now for 4,000 baht. Sparsely furnished, and I'd have to put an air conditioner in and stuff. But 4,000 baht, 30, 60, 90, $120. So when you're talking about that as your major expense, and then depending on how dominant or attached you are to the air conditioner, which I am, that'll vary on cost wise. And then you got 150 baht a day to eat, and you can put away 5,000. Can you live? Yeah, wouldn't be the way I would want to, but if it was a choice between living in the U.S. and living in Thailand with that amount of money, I would definitely come here. The biggest challenge would be the visa and getting a visa.
Yes, you need to have the money to meet the visa
Yeah,
conditions.
if you've got a little bit of a nest egg, and you can afford to put 800,000 in, and you're over 50, it's easy. It's 1,900 baht a year, so it costs you nothing per month. And I think we had pretty much figured out that if you got medical insurance, it's going to be somewhere between 12, 13, 14, 1,500 a year, U.S. dollars. It's nothing. So, let's see. I missed phone. It all worked out good. I started making money online. Cool. Now I can travel and live anywhere I want. Never going back. Well, that's a good thing right there. That's excellent. I just got a job offer at the Sheridan, but I had to turn it down because I care for my brother who has Alzheimer's. Wow. That's what I'm scared to death of. You hear me not so much kidding about it, but kidding to myself, trying to make myself feel better, not to take anything away from Alzheimer's. My aunt had it, and I loved her dearly, and it's a horrible thing. And to tell you the truth, it scares the shit out of me. I every time I forget something, it's like, oh, come on, please, don't do this to me. I give you a lot of credit, Paul. It's tough. Like I said, we're trying to get to the ends of our lives, and we've got not only our mother and father, but like Paul's saying, we've got brothers and sisters and aunts and uncles and that we want to help out and can't abandon and can't leave or feel like we're abandoning. It's not as easy as just picking up. I mean, I know a lot of people that can't go because my grandkids. I've been taking care of my granddaughter since she was born, and she's 6 now. And how would I leave, seeing her every day, that type thing. And I don't blame them. I got lucky and I wasn't in that position. And besides, I'm a little on the selfish bastard side. I'm the first one to admit that. But no, don't get me wrong. If something would happen to my mother, I'd be gone in a heartbeat back there. Could I move back there? No, I couldn't right now. My family's here. My wife's here. My whole Thai family's here. But I would definitely go back there, see what I needed to do, help with what I could help, and then go. But like I said, when we get into this age that we're at right now, a lot of variables that I know I never considered when I was thinking about retiring when I was mid-40s, going, God, I'd like to retire at 50. Can I do it? Punch the numbers. What can I do? This kind of stuff. But that was never in the equation. Well, maybe I can't go because, my mother's going to be sick. Somebody's going to need my help. And I retired early enough to where it never came into the equation. So I got lucky. A lot of people aren't so lucky.
It's always coulda, shoulda, woulda.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. What did I miss?
Bit like going for a new passport, isn't it, Dave?
What's that?
Bit like going for a new passport.
Yeah, exactly. They called me back 2 months ago, but I told them no. Yeah, hey man, if you can do, let's see, my aunt, yeah, and this was my favorite aunt too. She was, she basically raised me. My father, I never knew. I was still in the womb when he left, and my aunt and uncle, they have 7 kids, 1 girl, 6 boys, and my mom was a waitress, and my uncle owned a pizza parlor, and my aunt, she was a waitress too, but she had all these kids. So what I did was I got dumped from, my mom worked breakfast, so I got dumped from 6 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon with my aunt. For the longest time, I thought my aunt and my uncle were my mom and dad, so they were real close to me. I miss them both dearly. They're both gone now. So let's see. Take care. Cobus is leaving. Glad you can make it, Cobus. Hope to see you soon. Let's see. Part of the reason I didn't leave to travel is because I didn't want to leave my dad home alone during. Yeah, but now things are opening up. I don't feel so bad leaving. Yeah, it's just weighing things out on what you can do. I know that if I'm hoping that my kids would know or ask me or something, hey, I love you guys, but I want you to, enjoy your deal, especially if I'm really sick. Would I need to see them every day? No. Would I probably end up saying, say your goodbyes right now. I love you to death. Chances are I'm not going to live more than 6 months or a year anyway. Call me once a week. Let me look at you on FaceTime. Tell me you love me and go live your life. That's what I'm hoping that I would do. And I think that most fathers would. I mean, isn't your main thing as a parent or whatever is that you want your children to enjoy everything? End of life being one of them. And when you get into this age, they're starting, not that my kids are close to that yet, but they will be. And I'm probably going to be an old pile of crud by the time they reach retirement age. But, that's what I would want. I wouldn't want them, because like with my cousin that had the ALS, I said goodbye to him and I took off, and I spent over 2 years taking care of him. you know, I felt I'd done my due diligence. I loved him to death. God bless him. Rest in peace. And went to Costa Rica. I had problems of my own in my head at that time in 2015. So anyway, let's see. Yeah, this life happens. So many. Yeah, exactly, traveler. You know that, right? I was planning to get the Thai league visa, but it's not on the cards for me at this point. And I like that last part of that question is at this point, because you guys still, both you and your wife, I know, want to come here, and you haven't given up, and I think that's great because you never know what's going to happen. You don't know. They might say, "Oh, you know
Should have
what? You won the lotto. Come over here. We're going to put you on a plane. You can go live wherever you want to in the world, and we'll
should have
bring you
Jake
along."
knocking on the back door in a
Yeah, I
second.
seen him
Dave.
just pop in. How did he do it? He just popped in now. How did he? He already know he was at the back door. Would he put it in there? He wasn't.
I'm multitasking, Dave.
No, but he wasn't. Oh, you're on the other side. He just
Yeah,
popped in right now.
yeah. He just
Before
said
the
he's going to log in.
hey Jake. Let's see. Let me see if I catch up if I got all these. Somebody saying hi to Tommy. Hey Robert Mack, how you doing? He's back. Robert's in Vietnam, in case anybody is wondering. I think I'm caught up. What's up, Jake? I'll drink a thing while you say hello.
What's up? Almost everything when you're 5'5". To be honest with you. Note, note. Where are we going? Note the screen name.
Oh, what does it say? 3 days. Yep.
Uh,
That's what I'm looking forward to too. My wife,
got
did she
a,
leave already?
I got a lot of
Yeah,
stuff done.
she's gone. I think my wife.
She's gone. I
Yeah, she
posted
went to
her
work.
link several times, so hopefully she's
Yeah,
getting
she
some
she went
hits.
to she went to she went to work. She's a working machine.
Well, that's good.
Enjoy your day. What is Tom? Oh, there's Tom. You're going to the land or show off the land? Good show off the land. What did I miss? I must have missed something. Hey Tom, how you doing? Anyway, I'm hoping it's.
Oh, he's going to his block. Still
Oh,
building the Great Wall of Mexico.
oh, I see. What's the dimensions of the land plot? Which one, Daniel?
I'm not sure what Tom's block is.
Is that what he's asking
On.
about? Tom's, the size of
I think
Tom's?
so.
I think Tom's is 2 rye, right? I think it's 2 rye. Are you still in the chat, Tom? If he is, he'll answer. Is that what
Chat.
what you wanted to know,
Yeah,
Daniel?
Tom's still there. He just might not be active right now.
Oh, there he just put something up.
Oh, there he is.
He just put up the YouTube. That must be to the picture of the property. But I think
Looks
it's
like
2
Why You
rye.
Trippin'. He posted Why You Trippin's channel. So,
Oh, did he? Oh, okay. Um, I think it's 2 rye, but he'll
uh-oh.
jump in and
Oh
answer.
no, what's Brock doing? I hope this isn't somebody in a man
Just
cave.
for Jay. It's really weird too. I was looking at my stuff this morning, Jake, and is is it hot or something? It must be a video that you put on that it came up in my copyright deal and posted under my copyrights. I have no clue. It's got a little box for me to check. I think if I wanted to do something. So now YouTube is even telling people that hey, so and so is doing this. I found it
I
weird.
didn't
I did.
snip any of your material, but
It said,
I
let
know
me.
what it was, Dave. Let's talk about this another time
Yeah, okay. It's not a
offline.
At the
problem,
end of
so
the
don't worry
show.
about it.
It
I was
wasn't. It
just
wasn't. It
I was
wasn't
just
between you
wondering
and
how
me.
intrusive YouTube is going to get. Hey, Alaskan John, how you doing? You're in Anchorage, cool. I like Alaska. I've been. That's another one of my bucket list place. I wanted to bring in a big salmon and a big halibut, and I don't know if I'll ever get around to that,
Just
but
for the halibut.
maybe someday. I think
Yeah.
Mitch's
Um,
sister has a place that has. I don't know if it's Alaska. It might be Alaska,
They have a
but
fish
that
camp up there,
yeah, I
Dave.
think we might do that. Sometime. We haven't talked about it in a long time. The last time we talked about it, he was still in Seattle, so I'll talk to him again about it.
It,
But it is on my bucket list.
It's like a seasonal thing.
I have
They're
no
only
intention
open
of going somewhere where a warm day is
Yeah,
minus
so much
15
time of
degrees.
year. What was that, Brock?
That I have no intention of going somewhere where a warm day is minus 40 degrees.
Yeah. No, I would only want to be out one day, catch my fish, back, sit in the lodge in front of a fire with a toddy, and relax for 2 or 3 days, and get back on a plane and get out of there. Get back to where I can go swimming on Christmas.
with Brock and a mankini.
Yeah, people are gonna have to. That's burned into some people's brains now. Yeah, they'll never be able to get rid of it.
Uh-oh.
Well, I guess maybe Tom's gone. He's not.
No, he was
answering,
here.
but yeah, I saw him, but he didn't
let
answer
me-
my thing. If it was, in fact, he didn't either. What did he? Daniel,
He's
were you asking the dimensions of Tom Thailand Digital Nomads land in this question? Here, what is the dimensions? I don't think you answered, did you?
I agree with you, Dave. I think Tom said it's about 2 rye.
I think it is. It's close. Welcome to Alaska. We still wet. We still have snow in the yard. Yeah, I bet. My wife that passed, what would it be? Her nephew and her niece, they moved to Alaska. Now we've got somebody trying to crash our party. Let's bring them in.
Oh,
Who
no.
is this?
Well, I hope it's
Hey
really
guys,
him.
can you hear me?
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I see your bubble vibrating. So yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, I got my camera off because I'm in the bathroom brushing my teeth, but Dow's getting ready and she's not decent for
Yeah.
camera.
I was going to ask you if you were in the bathroom because it sounds like that's where you're at.
Yeah, sounds like I'm gonna do a
Oh,
song.
the new bone. It's one rye. It's
Get
one
your head out
rye,
of the
Daniel, but it's I just found out the possibilities last night. Is her mom signed off for 6 rye in her name, but 1 rye is only ours. But I'm thinking now that maybe I might take another rye and pay them for it. But that's up in the air. Right now it's 1 rye, and I don't know the exact dimensions of it, but I will come this weekend when I go there. I'm going to go ahead and
What are you building?
measure
What are
it.
you going to build up there?
I think I want to do a green off the grid little place to vacation and tilapia pond. That's why I said I was going to do a half a rye tilapia pond for the family. I wanted to aerate it and well and all that stuff. But I think that maybe I might do a whole rye and then keep a rye for the vegetables and all that stuff in the houses, because there's going to be 2 small places on it. One for the brother-in-law that did the motorcycle repair
Right.
and refurbish on my 100S Wave, and he was also the one that took care of the house when we were in Koh Chang. So he's a good guy. So I figured I'd build a little 1-bedroom place, air conditioned. He lives in his shop now, and then he can take care of the property while I'm gone, and then they can eat all the fish they want. They can sell all the fish they want. They can use it as a income, whatever they want. I think that I could probably get the fish weight way up if I was to spend time there and do it with a rye. So we'll see. But I like tilapia.
Oh, I don't know if you saw the videos that I did. It was a short on. I haven't strung together the ones on Palato and Basom that my wife made. That shorts video made the shorts reel for YouTube and did like big numbers, but those were red tilapia that we buy at a big box store here, Costco, for Americans. That
Yeah,
know what that is.
my wife called them pink, and those are the ones I raised and I gave. They ended up being about yay long. There was probably out of the 100, there was probably 50, and I gave to the brother that built the fence. He's got a pond on his property, and they threw them in there when we moved about 2 months ago now, I guess.
They breed
they
like
should be good
rabbits,
size.
apparently. The other
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
the other good one, Dave, to raise if you want to throw it in the pond. I don't know how they interact with tilapia. My wife's uncle has sawai. Are you familiar with those?
No.
I'll send you.
I
Some
mean, I
info.
probably am. I've probably seen them, but I
You've
don't know
probably
the
seen
name
them.
of them. Yeah.
But we went over to my wife's uncle's place, and he gives me a cane pole with a piece of banana on it, and I'm like, okay, what am I going to do with this? I'll be damned if I didn't hook dinner out of the pond in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun. the kids would have a ball.
Oh,
At
of
least I
course,
know
yeah.
the kids with the pond. But yeah, that Raymond, I guess ET answered that. It's about 4 rye to the acre, and I don't know. I'm hoping that's correct, but I imagine it probably is.
ET knows his stuff, so I'm going to go with that.
I did. Dave build a Thai. Yeah, and the only thing that my wife wants me to stay away from, it's going to be a Thai style house. It'll be a 2-bedroom that we're going to be in. It'll be a 1-bedroom, maybe prefab knockdown, but not wood. It's going to be a concrete. My wife doesn't want me to build anything out of it. It's going to be Thai style in the way that it's just going to be brick,
Right.
but I want it enclosed so that I can run air conditioner and double walled on the block for insulation, insulate the roof good. So it'll be that. It'll look like a typical high-end Thai house,
Right.
but not a wood one. I particularly like the way the wood houses look. I think they look awesome.
Yeah, that's my father-in-law's place. Looks
Hey,
a lot
Uncle
like
Craig.
Uncle Craig Bannock's place. And I was just about ready to say, if you need something blown up on your property, you might want to call Uncle Craig Bannock.
Yeah, he's got a bunch of stuff out there. In fact, I got to talk to you somehow. I got to get you hooked into my line or something because I'd like to know did you do a breakdown on what it cost you to build that your carport? Basically, a pole barn is what I would call it because I want to put 2 of those up on this Ubon property. So I'll be in touch with you somehow. I don't know how, but I'll send you an email or something. Do you have an email on your
He
site?
does. If you go to the About page and enter the
I'll send you an
chat
email.
screen.
It'll be under Koi Doctor. So if you see something calling up Koi Doctor, that's me. Let's see. What else did I miss? Kindred spirits. Everybody's saying hi, hello. Could always say it's a house with water views. Yeah, exactly. It would just be kind of cool. I'd rather have a place in Rayong, and I still haven't put that out of I still want that condo next to Tom, and I'll probably figure out a way to do that, I hope. But it's all for them here, down the road. It's something that they, an extra deal for my wife and kids. I did get off the phone I called the retirement people last night, and actually it's more money than I thought it was. I'm really surprised. I only worked there 7 years, and if I take full benefits and I don't roll it over so that my wife gets a decent chunk of money for the rest of her life, it's like $1,700 a month. I thought it was a throwaway pension. I wasn't even gonna do it, and until I heard that that's something I could roll over for my wife. Then I went after it, but so I was really surprised. I talked to him midnight
turn
last
the
night
camera
our
on,
time.
can I? Oh well.
Hey, what's up?
Okay.
There you go.
I'm outside here on the balcony. Well, I tell you what, man, this is pretty cool. I'm just going to turn the camera on because I don't see it getting to rotate it. But let me see.
What is
Let's go
the
this way.
Macon, or was that the Macon?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Joe down there walking. I don't know if you can see him, red shirt.
Oh, yeah. I see something.
Yeah, that's Lao. All this is Lao. I mean, it's like one click across the water here.
Yeah, it's
1,000,
real close.
not far. Last night the water was a little bit lower, surprisingly. Maybe they got a dam up there by China. I don't know, but anyway, beautiful. This whole walkway here goes on the whole backside of the city. You don't have to go down the main drags, but I'll tell you what, freaking awesome little place. This is where all the wood buildings and old time shops and shit are. Pretty cool.
I was going to ask you a question. When does your little vacation there end, date-wise? Do you know?
What day is it today?
Well, today is the 20th.
Wednesday.
What day? What, like Monday, Tuesday?
Wednesday.
Typical retiree doesn't know what freaking day it is.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man.
It's a little
If not
rough
for you
life,
guys,
ain't it, Mitch?
the notifications.
The only reason I'm asking,
Hey,
I'll talk
hey, I
to
got a
you.
notification.
I'll talk to you about it
from
later.
Dave. I know it's Tuesday or Thursday, right?
I'll talk to you later about it because what I figured is maybe I'll jump in that new car and I'll come and visit you in John Tiem or Pattaya after you get back. So, are you going? Are you going back to Tat? Are you going to Tat Panom? Or are you going back to Pattaya? Are you going to jump in with James and go home with him, or are you going to go back with Chuck, or what are you doing, or do you know?
He's James and Fa are on a different trip kind of thing. I don't know how long we're going to be together for the next couple of 3 days, but they're going a bunch of different places.
Okay.
And come, what you do?
Oh, you're
Don't
speaking
go,
Thai.
woman.
Come. What do you do?
Talk
What do you
to
do?
John.
Come.
You're gonna go,
See, he
make-
speaks fluent
don't wait
Thai.
for shit. Yeah,
Fluent
yeah.
Thai. Don't let him get
Good morning, John.
Macon Mitch
Say,
is what
good morning, John. Say hello to
Uncle
everyone. You're
Craig wants to
live.
do. Hello.
Dave just passed 100,000
Good morning.
subscribers.
Howdy, up.
Okay, guys, here we go. This is what it's like for me in Pattaya. Pecker check.
He's a little sick.
A
So
lot
what
of
are you?
sick.
Are you? How are you planning on getting?
Oh,
Where
down,
are you going to
down.
go?
Where are we going?
Where-
Here, I need help. What? Okay, today is what day?
Wednesday.
Wednesday
Yeah,
the
what-
20th.
Wednesday 20.
Yes.
Today we go where?
Kalkok.
Kalkok,
Right.
Phetchabun,
Mm.
one night,
Yes.
and then to
Lampang.
Lampang,
Uh-huh. One night.
one night. Oh my
Yeah.
God, I gotta do laundry somewhere. Okay, one night there. Someone's keeping track, right? And then where?
Chiang Rai. 2 nights.
Chiang Rai 2 nights.
Yes.
Then
Fly. 2 nights.
fly.
Fly. Mấy con tuần.
Mail. You guys, anyway, another place, 2 nights.
You call it pie. They call it pie.
Pie. I call it pie. Yes,
2, 4.
hair. I call it hair. Okay.
So you got 8 more days.
Well, we're still
I
going,
think.
and then fry. Then
Fly and Chiang Mai. 2 nights.
Chiang Mai 2 nights.
So
And
10.
Sukhothai.
Sukhothai.
One night.
You sure?
Not sure.
I booked Sukhothai.
Oh,
Yeah?
Yes.
2 nights Sukhothai because we changed.
Oh.
Yeah, and this is
Phong Kien, no?
Wow.
Then finish. Go Chuck.
Yes.
Okay.
And not go back. Pattaya.
Not go back. Not go back. Okay. From that point, Dow will be going back to her family.
Right.
You sure you don't want to go back and then get the registration for your car, license for car, so I can drive car when you're gone? I can't make it your car. Anyway, here's it. So she's going back to. He says, "Can I go? Family,
She
7
has
days."
family in Chiang Mai or Chiang Rai, one of the two.
Chiang Rai. And I said, "I'm not your boss, man. How about 10 days?" Oh, 10. And then I said, "How about 20?" Yeah. Okay, so 20 days. So she's going back there 20 days. So
Are you going back to Chuck's or are you going back to Pattaya?
No.
How are you going to get anywhere, man? You don't have a car. How are you going to get back home? You going to fly?
Yeah, flying from Nakhon Phanom home. She may fly from there to Chiang Rai.
So you are going to go back to Chuck's.
Yeah, we're going to complete the circuit, and I'm going to leave from Nakhon Phanom. Yes, we're making
Okay,
that
so
big
I'll
ass
talk
loop.
to you because maybe I'll come there, spend a day
Oh.
or two, pick you up, and we'll drive back to John Tien.
Are you for real? That's a hell of a trip, Dave.
It's a new car. It's electric.
Holy
I don't
shit!
know.
How long of a cord do you have? I don't know much about those things.
No, but it's only a 5-hour ride, I think, to Chuck's. So we stop here in Surin, stay here for a day, and then it's a 6-7 hour ride to John Tiem 2 days later.
Dude,
Up
count
to
me
you.
in.
Up to you. Okay,
Give
I'll
them good
talk
time
to
in
you.
the cave, not looking at the back of them on a bike, sitting with you, dude. Seriously,
I'll
I have
talk
sit on
to you
my legs
off.
to get weak. Oh man, that sounds really fun, Dave.
Okay, I'll talk to you
Yeah.
off about this later. Let's see.
Yeah, no
Hey,
worries.
Mitch, if you
Okay,
need
cool.
a reliable driver to get you from like Lampang to Chiang Rai and back down to Chiang Mai, I may know somebody that's
Oh,
reliable.
I'm riding with Chuck to all these different
Oh,
places.
so Chuck's going there with you. Okay, then never mind. You got
Yeah,
it right.
yeah.
I
This is
think I'm
this is
caught up on
all
everything.
inclusive. Yeah, yeah. We're in the back seat of Chuck's this trip.
Okay, that's cool.
You know, there's like 40 people in the deal, which is awesome. It's an hour and 26 minutes, but today's frickin' Wednesday, and this is Dana's 9 o'clock. He does his live streams, and I don't like
Hey,
to infringe on his because a lot of you guys watch Dana,
so
which I do.
I'm on
So,
final attack mode. You guys can watch. Let's see. I got my hair dryer. No, it's theirs.
so what I think I'm going to do, it's an hour. What time is it? 8:57. That he's at 9 o'clock, right, Brock?
Yeah, but we're
Dana?
private chatting. So, or are we live?
We're live.
Oh, you're live. Fuck. Sorry.
Swear
I
jar
just
for that one.
disclosed a lot of private information there.
No, wrong.
Anyway.
name.
Oh well, that's
Well,
okay. I don't shit. No, anyway, it's all on Chuck's channel anyway. But what I was gonna say, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, I can't. I'm glad I didn't say it now. I'll talk to you about it privately.
Okay, cool. The yeah, but you know that's a long trip. How many days have you guys been gone now? Like
I've
4,
been
right?
gone,
4 or 5?
Yeah, I'm just reading comics now. Yeah, I am confused, VP.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I thought I
5,
was
5
backstage. I
or
thought it was after the show.
oh, 5,
So to begin
5 or
with dates,
6.
I want to tell there's certain people in Pattaya and other countries that are following where I am. Chiang Khan, and I forget the name of the place where we're going next, but that was the rest of my trip. So if anybody
because
wants to meet me,
That's
come
how
on
many
and
days.
meet me.
How many days is it now? If that was going to be like 12 days and you got 6, you're going to be on like a 20-day trip.
Yeah, I think I
Sounds
started
like
my
anyway.
leg of the journey on 15.
Yeah,
On
you're going to
15.
be 20 days, man.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I will. I kept saying I'd definitely talk to you alone about meeting up and driving you back. So
No, that's great. No, that sounds a lot. That sounds great, dude.
it'll be fun, I think. And I don't think my wife will care because I'll only be gone for 2 days. I'll come to Chuck's. We'll hang with Chuck for a day. We'll come back to Sarin, hang out for a day or two, and then I'll drive to Pattaya and hang out for 2 or 3 days because I still haven't been to the Wombat. So I'm hoping to get to the Wombat, and it'll be fun.
Right
All right,
on.
let's see. All right, I'm gonna close it up because we can talk a little bit while afterwards, and I'm gonna end it because it's an hour and 29 minutes. Dana's gonna start right now, so I want to thank everybody in the chat. Ron, Robert, E.T., Randy just came in. Randy, I'm leaving. Everybody that came in, I really appreciate it. I want to thank Brock again for the Gandalf picture in the background. It's one of the best pictures I've ever seen. That, and I've seen some awesome stuff on Tin Man, the Scarecrow, and the other ones that ended up all getting their brains and eating small people. But other than that, we will have I want everybody to have a good time, and I will catch you all on the next one.
See you guys.